Alright guys, you know what time it is. It's Rage TV time. I'm your host, Ragey Poo, and I'm going to be bringing you another Marine Arena Masters EU edition. And look at this already, Ronin actually coming in. Wow, he planted a Zergling right there. He's got total vision right now of the base. That's awesome. Let's see, what is he? 5... There we go. Well, I guess he doesn't have total vision, but that's really ballsy. I like it. And what are the chances that they're even going to scan for it? I don't even know. Alright, so in the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to have NVY's Akira with your tournament winner himself, GrimReaper. Top left-hand side, we have NVY's Garth with MADz SMAKKING. I guess it's SMAKKING, maybe? I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm going to call him Sir Smacks a lot. That's his new name. NVY's Ronin and ThoRnadO, top right-hand side. In the bottom right-hand side, we have Mafia's oToSaturn and... okay. NutsackNeil! There we go. Great name, Neil. Great name. And already, there's some back and forth going on. It looks like Akira fighting SMAKKING and Garth. Sir Smacks a lot. Garth, Sir Smacks a lot. Oh my god, this is pandemonium. And actually, it looks like, nope, they're going to back out for now. Meanwhile, there is some back and forth going on at the Xel'Naga Tower. Saturn could lose a few units here to Ronin's speedlings, I guess you could call them. And now, I've seen Ronin play with this kind of Zerg Marine style. I haven't seen it in a while, but we're seeing it here today. Could possibly see some half Ronins, or maybe even a full Ronin. If you don't know what that is, you're going to find out soon enough. And if you haven't already figured it out, you're not tuning into Rage TV enough, and you're not watching channel Rage Sauce. That's where I post all the replays, all the videos from Marine Arena EU, and you will be able to see it there. So go to www.youtube.com/Rage Sauce and check it out. And it looks like there's some back and forth going on from Akira. He has middle. He could get surrounded, though. Oh, no, he's getting surrounded from three sides. He's holding his own, though, surprisingly. But his partner's not there. This could be big trouble for Akira if he's pushed forward. There we go. It looks like... Oh, it looks like King was pushing forward, but he's actually getting surrounded. He's getting surrounded by Ronin. And is this going to be enough? He's losing a ton of units. Oh, no. The King is going to go down. Sir Smacks a lot just got the smackdown, but nope, he was actually reinforced his army. And I think he's going to be okay for now. Akira lost a little bit there, but let's go with the points tab real quick and see who the winners are. And it looks like Akira, despite losing a huge army, is up. She's at 424 points. Grim at 283. So altogether, it looks like bottom left is going to be your first placers here. Second place will be bottom right. Top right not doing too bad in third, and top left will be in fourth. No, wait a minute. Top left is in third. Top left is in fourth. No, I'm sorry, it's second. What am I even talking about? Top left is doing great. So they're going to be in second. Third will be bottom right. Fourth will be top right. And I have no idea what that sound was. Did you guys hear that? It almost sounded like a changeling. Must have just been a little blip in the audio. And let me just make sure that I'm not double streaming. Sometimes I do watch my own stream. It happens. Sorry about that, guys. And holy cow, we're at 115 viewers. Unbelievable. This is exciting, guys. And this is exactly why you're here to tune into Rage TV. And Mothership coming down. Fungal growth. Who has that fungal? It looks like oToSaturn actually has the Infestor, and the Bitty Mothership coming out for ThoRnadO. It's kind of a fitting name if you think about it, because the Vortex does kind of look like a mini tornado. Kind of an interesting side fact. In fact, Ronin, he's going full Ronin right here. He's going all in, and he's going to lose his army if he's not careful. Oh, no. The Mothership is there, though. Oh, a save actually came out. A save. Your top left used a save, did he? Wait, I totally saw it. Yes, he did. It looks like, oh no, it was Garth that used it, and it just barely hit right here near the end. I'm going to have to say that was a bad save, Garth. Oh no, how many points did it give him? Let's take a look. Well, okay, I guess I can't say it was all too bad, because he's doing pretty good, 648 points. He's close to the leaderboard right now, but Saturn is doing so well. He's catching an early lead. He's in 700 right now. And I'm just assuming it's going to be because of this fungal. Fungal is going to be very strong, especially against Ronin. And who else? I think it was Yeah, it was the King. The King deciding to go with some Hydra. We're going to see some Hydra come out. And Hydra is very strong. In fact, if you have a dropship, Hydra is incredible. Guys, we've seen a lot of dropship play come out from GrimReaper. Could we see it here today? He hasn't gotten it yet, which is surprising. He does have enough money. It only costs 200, so we could see it come out. And Akira is still holding middle. Looks like going to back out. That way the mothership can come in. No vortex yet, though. It has not been researched. And it looks like the fungal did go down. Could see some more fungals come out. No? Yep, there it goes. Nice fungals picking off this army very quickly. It looks like he's actually backing out for now. And he wasn't able to get that third fungal off. If he had, he probably could have killed off the rest of these marauders. And they're so low right now. Oh my gosh, and look at Ronin's units. If Saturn can go around and get a fungal off, he could pick off all those Marines. And no, it looks like Akira's going to come in the middle, and oh no, he's going to get fungaled! And down goes the units. Oh no. That is tough to see. And how are they going to deal with this infestor? I don't see any ghosts out on the field yet. And what? Uh-oh, it looks like Nutsack is deciding to go with warps. He's going to do warps, guys. We could be seeing it here, and warps are very strong, especially with the fungal. Alright, so he has enough money. Is he going to switch? We could be seeing it at any moment now. Where are those warp zealots? Where are they? Guys, keep an eye on that production, that gateway. You're going to see it fairly shortly. And what is that noise? I swear, I keep hearing the strangest noise. Is that just the beetle noise? I have no idea what noise that is. Let me just make sure everything is closed. I'll keep the camera right here in the middle so that way you guys can catch all the action. There really isn't a whole lot going on right now. But let me just alt-tab real quick and see if there isn't something else that's playing. Hold on. Alright, so I have no idea what that was. It wasn't Skype or anything. It must just be the unit sounds. It's totally creepy. But let's see what the text choices have come out with. Yes, there are warp zealots, and that's a whole lot of zealots. That's at least 800 or 900 supply. Oh my gosh, that's going to do so much. And oop, not getting the surround. Guys, whenever you play with warp zealots, you always want to attack the very back of the army. This will ensure that you get a full supply. In fact, he should A-click right here. He shouldn't let those warps just blink, because now he doesn't have the surround. If anything, that army could have stayed there and dealt a lot of damage. Oh, he's going to deal some damage there. Bad blink. And that's how you always use the warps. You never want to just blink in front of the army. Warps are very good with surround. It's the same with any melee unit, really. And as you can see, he lost about 100 supply there and really didn't get a whole lot of money. As you can see, he's down to 491. And if this continues, he's not going to be able to get a whole lot of money. Remember, A-click and attack pretty much the very back unit. And that's going to ensure that you get a nice, good surround. Ooh, nice fungals. In fact, he could have surrounded the rest of that army. And instead decided not to. There we go. We do finally see a ghost out for ThoRnadO. So we could be seeing some EMPs. In fact, ooh, look. The Fester was a little bit weak, and there we go. See, he's A-blinking. He's pretty much attack moving, and they're blinking on their own, and that is a big mistake. If anything, he should take the blink charge off. Oh, bad blink again. And the DT is doing a lot of damage. Oh no, we're getting a little bit of lag here, guys. Ooh, that's, I say a little bit loosely. That was a lot. And surprising that he was able to deal as much damage as he did. How much points did he just get from that? Wow, he just shot up from 400 to 12. That's incredible. And still retaining a fairly decent amount of supply. So great play from Mr. Neil. Let's just call him Mr. Neil. That way I don't say Nutsack the entire game. Unless you guys really want to hear it. Nutsack, 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 Nutsack. Say that 10 times fast. That's actually really hard. But I don't want to be saying that all game. Whoa! Alright, a little bit of water and we're A-okay. So it looks like the mothership was taken out, and he bought a new one, and it was taken out again. The Marangers focused it, and they did so much damage that now he's lost 2 motherships, and that's going to be huge. Guys, that basically just fed top left really hard. And Garth is in a fairly good position. He's not quite up to Saturn. No, in fact, he just passed Saturn. So as long as the as long as Sir Smaxalot can keep his points up, it's going to be a little bit difficult with these warp zealots out in the field. You know what? I'm going to have to start playing warps. They seem very, very strong. You just have to know how to play them. They do. They seem extremely strong. They were very, very strong in Marine Arena US. They received some nerfs. It was a bad time for all. It was a good time for those who were playing against warps. But if you used warps, it was a bad, bad time for you. Dark days. Dark days indeed. And in fact, see right here, he could get the full surround, taking just a few of those units and attacking this Marauder right here. So if you happen to be playing at home, I just want you to know that you can get the surround. See, that was a decent surround. You can get the surround if you just attack. You basically just press A and attack like one of the back units. For the most part, it gets a fairly good surround. A lot of scans going down. They're trying to find out exactly what's going on out in the field. And there's Grim's mothership. We've seen him do a lot of base drops in the previous game. Is he going to be able to capitalize on it in this game? They're a little bit behind. Garth, ThoRnadO, and Saturn doing very, very well. In fact, Garth taking a very early lead. 3 attack up for the Marangers. And he could get surrounded, and this is a bad surround. Bad surround. He's got to attack the back end. And you know what? I could be saying that. Maybe there's a problem with MAEU. I don't know. So I guess I'd have to play them first in order to know for sure. Because he could be attacking the back. There we go. There was a good surround. That was a brilliant surround. Excellent job. And, ooh, yeah, that was pretty. That's exactly how you do it. Always attack the back. And you will get a good surround. Well, maybe not a perfect surround, but you will get a fairly good surround. And that's, oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see how many points he just got from that. 2,500. And bottom right is doing very, very well. This warp play is throwing everybody off their game. In fact, a lot of them went Marangers. And now let's look at the unit. It is light psionic. So really the damage that could be done is from Marauders because they have a lot of splash damage. The Marangers, not so much. So if anything, the Marangers are just going to be food. The Cracklings should do fairly well, I would think. They do focus armored, but I would imagine the Cracklings would be able to hold their own. At least a little bit, because the Marines behind it will be able to do a lot of damage. But what's interesting is that Ronin's deciding not to go Marine, and he's like half Ronin right now. He's got very little supply. He's just kind of going all in. And how many points does he have? He's got 1,772. We always see a lot of games where he just throws units in. Very similar to our very own Assassin in Marine Arena US. Whenever you see him play, it's beautiful. You see the Blink Marines. It looks gorgeous. But then they all just die. Could be seeing a lot of that here. And you know what's going to be very powerful, as you just saw? The EMP. If he can get an EMP off these units, their shields are going to be gone, and really they only have 184 hit points each. And as far as I'm concerned, their armor is very, very low. You know, 3 armor, that's really not very much. I mean, I guess compared to 2 armor, it's more than most, I suppose, but in my experience, anytime that there's no shields, they just die. I don't know if it happens to be Protoss armor in general, or what, but it just does not hold up. Nice save. Oh no, he just lost all of his warps. No, NutsackNeil just lost all of his warps. That was unbelievable. And oh my gosh, and SMAKKING saying, oh yes, Sir Smaxalot, he's so happy about that. He doesn't even care that he lost some of his units there. And there we go, nice drop, good concave on Saturn. And he might even lift off here again. Just 1 second, guys. See you later. Love you. See ya. Alright guys, we are back. That was my lovely girlfriend Jasmine She had to go back to work. And... nice. The DT could void. There he goes. But where are the Reens? Where are those Reens? A lot of back and forth going on. EMP. Did the EMP get the Infestor, though? No, I don't think it did. I think it missed. Meanwhile, there's a lot of back and forth going on at the Xel'Naga Tower, and this is really going to favor Grim. In fact, let's look at the points real quick and see. Grim, though, and Akira are really, really, really far behind. And that's unfortunate. Saturn and Mr. Neil is just going to town. They're doing very well. Well, that was a nice engagement for Grim. And wait, did the Infestor just drop? Or was that the Ghost? Let's take a look at the units tab. That was the Infestor. The Ghost is still alive. And great pickoff with that DT. And in fact, double DT out of Ronin. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we could even see a Dark Archon later on in the game. Taking a look at the dashboard, we still have 105 viewers. That is incredible. We got up to 115, guys. That's just fantastic. And 115 might have been the some of the other players were watching, and then when they closed out, you know, that was what, there's 8 on the team, so we dropped at least 8 viewers. But that's still, we have over 100 viewers, guys, and that happened all because of you. Thank you so much. Ooh, losing 2 DTs. That's going to be so costly. And oh my gosh, bottom right is just on fire. Look at this, 5,541 for Saturn. And Mr. Neil, 4,216. Unbelievable. Garth is doing very well. Holding his own against Grim. Wow. They do extra damage to mechanical, and this is an armored biological unit. It's interesting. Do Hydras counter Marangers or not? This is where I could really use a co-caster. Let's see, so they're biological. I know for sure they don't do damage to biological. I would say Hydralists seem to have the upper hand. Alright, there's some back and forth going on the bottom right-hand side. Keep an eye out for that Fester. Could be seeing some fungals. And the Warps are starting to build, but there's not a whole lot. Look, that's really not a whole lot of supply. And if you notice, he is at 700 supply, but a lot of that is Marine sitting at home. And running in like that, oh, I don't know. He could lose a lot of units, especially if he has the double prison. Saving up to jump middle, and that was a good jump, good engagement. Nice stutter step coming out of Akira. And look at the surround! Oh my gosh! Sir Smaxalog having some trouble. And reinforcing with some more of his Hydras, but almost too little too late. And look at the Warps coming in and just going to town on Ronin. We could see another save come out. Does he even have one? No! No, he doesn't! ThoRnadO is the only one that has one left. And the DT uses a prison. Oh my gosh, the spawning pool survived with 84 hit points. The transfuse did go down. It's up to 200. And oh, there we go. It's up to 1,000 now, but is this going to be enough? Saturn's army is pushing. And is he going to save? The Void Prison goes down. He does lose a lot of units there, and they have a superior concave, so he is going to back out for now. Meanwhile, there's a lot of action going on, and a BC coming out. We could even see some Yamato cannon coming out. Oh, no. They stemmed right into the army, and he's going to lose a lot of units here. Trying to go for that BC. And these Warps are just not really out in force, but they are very strong. Look at that, 3 armor, 8 damage, and they have some hit point ups. I do approve of the hit point ups, but no, that's a bad surround. The army on the high ground is doing a lot of damage. Nice burrow. Oh, losing a lot of units there. And that was nice play by Grim. Good control. And when I say a bad blink, I mean any blink is a good blink, but you can do better blinks. In fact, getting a nice concave on this unit, Akira should have backed out. And here we go, Grim supporting the army, the BC doing some damage on the high ground. Oh my gosh, it was so low. It was being focused, and Grim is just going to be able to wipe out the rest of the army. DT, double void in the middle, and he's taking out Saturn's army, but no! No, he's actually, Saturn is taking out some of Ronin's army as well. But the DT did enough damage to where he almost eliminated the entire army, and look at this, again, I have to say it was a bad blink. He went right into the front, and look, he lost all those warps. If anything, he needs to possibly stop the Marine production, because look at how big of a supply. I mean, 500 of this supply is Marines that are just kind of sitting at home, not really doing anything. So if he gets to a full supply, he's going to have to kill off his Marines. I would say stop production right here and just continue with the Marines that he has. 600 supply and warps is still pretty good. Scan's going down. The stem. And he's attacking head on, but he does have the void. Is this enough, though? No, he's still attacking head on. And he's going full Ronin here. But will he succeed? He did get somewhat of a surround. The scan is a little late. And wait a minute, there was 100 right there. What did he kill? Was that a ghost? He had something in his army. And something died. That wasn't a DT, folks. He lost something. It must have been a ghost. Yeah, it must have been a ghost. Ghosts are always 100. Let's take a look at that BC. That BC is a little bit hurt. As long as he keeps that into the back. This might actually be a really good tactic for Grim. Because really, I mean, if anything, you should boost the armor on the battlecruiser. Maybe even some hit points. And you can kind of use it as bait, because the army has been going after this BC each and every time. Yamato did not happen, though. He was focusing the infestor, but I don't think he had a scan. So when it dropped, he missed vision. And Garth saying, Grim, you scare me with the medevac. And indeed, he did very well. Warps coming in, but they're fighting the army head on, and I really feel like that army could have completely killed those zealots. And nice, we do have the Colossus out. He goes in for the surround. Is he going to be able to get it, though? No, he's actually held off by Ronin. He's pushing forward, though. Is he going to focus the Colossus? That Colossus goes down. It goes down so quick. Oh my gosh, that got really loud. Sorry about that, guys. But the scan goes down. The army was hurt really bad. Void Prison. And the recall! Oh my gosh, nice recall. Great save. Good control. And that Infestor stays. Let's look at the points tab real quick, guys. It sucks that I lose vision, but I have to. Okay, Garth still in a good lead for top left, but he's getting pushed back really far with Saturn and Mr. Neil doing fairly well for themselves. Grim and Akira, they're a little bit far behind. They're even worse off than Ronin and ThoRnadO. They're in a lot of trouble. And even though he does have that warp ship, and he is getting a decent surround. Buddy, you're losing some... There you go. And even though he does have the dropship, he actually has better concaves here. They're just so low on the upgrades that they're not doing the damage that they need to. In fact, these Hydralisks have more hit points than Grim's. And so Grim would lose any engagement there. He might even need to go a High Templar or something to kind of bolster the army. It would be very risky, though, considering there's so many warps out. DT falls! The Colossus just came back out. Now, guys... This is a very heavy hero army. And as you can see, their upgrades are kind of suffering from it. There's only 4 ups on the Marines. There's 5 ups for the Cracklings. He does have 2 DTs. And ThoRnadO with 6 up. He does have the Colossus. And I want to see that Chibi Colossus. Oh, but he loses range? I didn't know that. Chibi is still so cool, though. Okay, so we have triple battlecruiser. Now, this is risky. But if he can do it, he can get some snipes. And that might be what they have in store. Grim does have a lot of mobility with the dropship. And all he's doing is saving up for the Yamatos. But no! Overextending himself a little bit. He's going to lose 1 and 2! Oh, the scan was a little bit late. And he was able to save one of them. Bottom left is in a lot of trouble, guys. They're in so much trouble. And these warps are in even bigger trouble. Nice Void Prison. Good Fungal. Oh my gosh, but the warps. Bad blink. Oh, unfortunate, unfortunate. And Saturn trying to push forward. He's being blocked by some units, and that Colossus is still on the high ground. Oh, nice drop down by Grim, but I think he's just feeding at this point. Because those units just don't do the damage. Oh, no. You know, if he had the attack power, that would have been a devastating drop, but for the most part, he just fed. And no, these BCs are in so much trouble. There we go, drop down from Grim to try to protect the BCs, but Saturn is going for it. Scan goes down, but he just wasn't there. These BCs, 7 attack, they're very, very strong. I mean, given that, very, very strong, but I would love to see some armor on these BCs, because they're totally focused in each and every engagement. And if the Hydralisk boosted their damage, they would do a lot more, I feel. Drop goes down. He's scared of the Savior, though. There is one save. In fact, there's a save for the SMAKKING as well. Sir smacks a lot. But, I don't know. What is Grim going to do in this situation? He's at 5,794. Akira, 4,728. These BCs are not paying for themselves. They got to kill some structures. And until that happens, until he gets at least 2 or 3 snipes of a structure, they're just not paying for themselves right now. And it's almost hurting the army. Because look at this. Now this army is just under-leveled. Or, not under-leveled, but there's no upgrades. I shouldn't say no upgrades. There's very few upgrades. 7 attack only, compared to 9 attack, 2 armor, some hit point upgrades. And, oh, GrimReaper losing some units here. These Hydras are just too strong, and they have the superior concave. Just feeding the army right there. And going in for the Colossus. Could we see a Void Prison? And... is it on cooldown? What's going on? I think he's saving it. We could see it right here. Oh, there it is. It's really late, though. And look at this. Akira actually coming up from the bottom side, trying to deal some damage to pick off the army, and he's doing it. And as you can see, the BCs were focused. And I really think that in these situations, the BC could be more of a favor for him. If he can just micro them, let the army sit there and attack, while the enemy just basically runs into your army. Maybe just a few more hit points. I mean, if this had even 3 or 4 armor, it would be a lot better off. He doesn't really need that much attack. And there goes that generator. I guess they're not done fixing whatever they need to. But that's okay. Hopefully I can just out-talk it. And you know what? I love zooming in, but wow, that gets really loud. Void Prism, 10 minutes in. We're at the 40-minute mark. Nice fungals coming out on that army. He is going to back out. It looks like Garth actually has a really good superior position here, but no, he's overextending himself. There we go. Nice reposition. They could go for a surround. In fact, there's no one at home. Bottom right is doing their own thing. Bottom left is doing their own thing. And oh, Garth pushing forward a little bit too much. That was a little bit of a miss micro. But these Hydras are just going to town. Void Prism goes down. Lost a lot of units there. And let's take a look at the points tab real quick, guys. Garth doing very well still. 8,977. Saturn in the lead right now, individually. In fact, their team overall is doing very nice. And look at this. Ronin and ThoRnadO, despite being behind in the early game, they're actually catching up. I mean, they're pretty much on par with Garth and SMAKKING, if you were to combine the army totals right now. They're at about 14-6, and top left is at 14-15 right now. Yep, they're at 16, actually. No, it'd be 15. 15, yeah, it'd be around 15, close to 16. Alright, bottom left, though, they're only at about 11,000, and that's too low. They have to make something happen. Speaking of making something happen, oh my gosh, these guys are just going crazy right now. The DT's doing so much damage. And I almost feel like what Ice was talking about the other day in Marine Arena Masters, the US version. He was saying that the DTs, sometimes they need to go outside of the army Because pretty much anytime this army attacks, they know that the DT is going to be there. And so all they have to do is scan in each and every engagement, and they're going to be able to pick off a DT or two. So I would say maybe getting different hotkeys, so that way they're not in the army. That would probably be the better situation. In fact, let's go to Ronin's cam real quick and see. He does have them individually hotkeyed, and I think he's just highlighting the entire army in A moving. Nice Void Prison. Nice pickup of the Fester. Oh, one of the DTs does die. The second DT dies. And now the army has to back out. In fact, Saturn overwhelming this army. His army's got to back out. Oh, but luckily Garth came from the backside. And double Colossus now coming out. It could get picked off here, and it does. Nice pickup. They're going to go home winners right there. They're super happy about that. Look at the points. 10,623, 8,245. And that was an excellent pickup from bottom right. What's bottom left going to do? I mean, this is crazy. Saturn is about to be double Grim right now. He's pretty much double Akira. And that's going to be bad news for them. They're turning into a feed corner at this point. And they've got to make something happen. I really feel like a High Templar would help in this situation. Let's take a look at the units tab real quick and see if he did decide to go with the High Templar. No, he did not, but that was a beautiful surround. Very nicely done, Grim. Meanwhile, good concave from Akira. Oh, but he's in a little bit of a choke. He's got to back out. Or at least turn those BCs around and do some damage. There we go. But now you've got to run, buddy. You got to run. And Grim, very happy about that engagement, but really, buddy, really, you're a little low right now. Don't smile yet. But he needs to definitely feed against Sir Smacks a lot, because he's starting to get a little bit underfed now. Look at this. He's still at 4 attack, 437. Whereas they're now at 8 attack, 3 armor, 425. So yes, he doesn't have as many hit points, but he definitely still has, I mean, that's a ton more damage. He has higher upgrades. And eventually, you know, Sir Smackslot is just going to get lower and lower, especially with this army coming in. Oh no, they're getting a good surround, but Saturn coming around from the backside, focusing the DTs. He does pick off one, and he's going to focus the Colossuses here. And note, they were able to escape onto the high ground. And wow, that was close. Able to pick off one DT, though. That was definitely worth it. Look at his points, 11,132. And the tournament winner in a lot of trouble here, guys. But he's still holding on strong. He's trying, 7,448. He is above Sir Smackslot, but Garth at 10,000. He just joined the 10,000 club. It's going to be big trouble. And as you can see, they keep focusing the battlecruiser, guys. Telling you, put a little bit of armor on that thing and you're going to be just fine. I'm going to mute the microphone real quick for just a second. I'm going to do a microphone adjustment. Hold on. Alright, this is a little bit more favorable. It's right near my face now, so hopefully you guys can hear me. It was a little bit low before, and the pop filter wasn't quite protecting it like I would want to, so maybe the audio should be a little bit better. Let me know in the comment section. And what? Kerrigan coming out, and now I've heard things about Kerrigan, but I've never ever seen it. Who's getting that Kerrigan? Where is it? I don't see it. Oh my gosh, who is getting the Kerrigan? Alright, who the hell is getting the Kerrigan? I'd imagine it would be bottom right, because I think you can morph it from the Fester. Or no, it would be... There it is. It's not a Fester, it's a Hunter Killer. That's right. So there we go, top left coming out with a Kerrigan. This is really interesting. Now, whose Kerrigan is that? It's actually... Oh, it's SMAKKING's. So that's why his upgrades had stopped. Very interesting. Wow. Okay. So the first ultimate out on the field will be from top left, Kerrigan. I like that it's a little chrysalis. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, creepy. It's even got the little mist forming around from it. Ooh, I love it. And you know, I really feel like the Archon needs an update, because all it gets is an ugly little dome with a red dot in it. And it just sits there. It doesn't pulsate like this. Ooh. You can see it's trying to wiggle free.
Fear is for the enemy.
Okay, fear's for the enemy. Alright, I hear you. Who the heck said that? I'm guessing maybe the compound was destroyed. You always hear little random things like that throughout the game. I'll always hear back in action. That just means a compound must have been killed and repaired. Nice concave though from Grim and Akira. They're going to be able to pick off all these units. But going into a choke, this is going to favor ThoRnadO. Yamato! Ooh, takes off the shield. Fast Yamato, but no, it's going to be picked off. And the second one, oh no, the second one is going to be picked off too. Oh no! And that was a lot of investment from Akira.
Here I come, ready or not.
Ooh, I'm ready. What do you mean ready or not? I want to see it. What can this Kerrigan do? Psionic Shockwave. Interesting. Biostasis, so it has a hold. And it can spawn little piglisks. Oh my god, please spawn some piggies. It'd be so adorable. I can't wait to see this. And what was that? That was an interesting attack. I have no idea what it just did there. Was that the piggies? Because there's the piggies. Look at your little piggies. Oh, but they were taken out. A hold going down on Kerrigan. But that's not going to stop her. Already at 21 attack. Oh my gosh, 21 kills? That's so strong. Look at how many hit points it has too. And it does splash damage. That's incredible. Oh my gosh, that is so OP. Ranged splash like that. Oh, look at it. It's just eating up the units. Ooh, and top left just got that much more powerful. Let's look at the point stat real quick. Alright, so you see it. Sir Smaxalot is at 6,500. Just wait for that number to rise, guys. And it looks like there's a Void Prism in the middle. Colossus is doing a lot of damage. Void on the Kerrigan. Great Void. And look at this. Oh no, it looks like the warps are coming in and they picked off the supply. The spawn, actually, I'm sorry, the Merc compound. And they just aren't able to deal the damage to it. Those are some strong warps. It actually looks like they're trading. And NutsackNeil saying, listen, Grim, this is how you snipe a compound. And this is a really big pickup from top right. Bottom right's losing a lot of supply here. But oh no, the Kerrigan could actually come from behind. Oh no! Oh, does he see it? Does he see it? I think he does. No, their attention is actually shifted towards the left side. Oh no, he could have totally picked up the Colossus, I feel. Doing lots of damage. And what is that animation? Is that how he spawns little piggies? That's hilarious. I love it, guys. And oh my gosh, we're at 123 viewers right now, guys. That is incredible. Thank you all for tuning in to Rage TV. I'm your host, Ragey Poo. And I hope you guys are enjoying the action. I want to see more piggies! Come on, get those piggies out. What is that ability? Biostasis. Takes the affected units out of combat and places them in biostasis. Interesting. And I want to see the Psionic Shockwave. We haven't seen it yet. He's been spending some energy on the biostasis. I really hope I see a Shockwave. Now, I've never seen it before. I imagine that it circles around the Kerrigan. And looking at it, it said it did 200 damage. Now, is that going to be a lot of damage? I mean, just taking a look, I mean, yeah, it could do quite a bit of damage. It seems like it's more for a desperation move rather than anything. And oh no, we got a lot of lag. I can barely move the camera. Oh, so much lag. Tons of lag. Look at all the units here. Okay, so there was a pause. Gotta remember to announce the pause. Alright guys, we're going to take about 20 seconds. That's what I'll say, 20 seconds. We'll be right back. I'll do a countdown timer, and hopefully this game will be back underway. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so it has been voted. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and hopefully you guys should too. Let's get up, stretch our limbs, maybe rotate the shoulders a little bit, crack the neck if you have to. Go grab some water, grab a little bit of snacks, and come back. There's going to be even more live action here on Rage TV! Alright guys, we are back. And I meant 1 minute, not 2. We are at 128 viewers. At least that's the highest that I've seen so far. That's a lot of viewers, and actually there's so much lag. Oh my gosh, that's okay. That's just because we had a pause. It needs a little bit of time. And if you guys are noticing that you're having a lot of lag in game, there is a thing called the unit preloader, and what that does is it throws every single unit that's in the game into your cache, and that allows it to where when you start to play a game, it just loads it very, very quickly. And it usually, I mean, that's just what happens is when you load a unit, it gets a little bit laggy, but with that unit preloader, it takes care of it for you, so everything's in the cache. Oh my gosh, this is getting... I can barely see anything. Oh my gosh, it's so laggy. I'm just... You know what? I'm just going to keep the camera right here in the middle, so that way you guys can see. Alright, so the lag has situated. And man, they're still working with that generator outside. I'm really glad that I asked them to move it away from me. They put it right outside my window. And a lot of people saying that Ronin is lagging just a tiny bit. And we did see that when we were on the screen, Ronin did lag a tiny second. But really, it might not be him. It could just be everyone. Wow, this Kerrigan is so strong. Dealing a lot of damage. And there are those little piggies. That's so cute. It's a little piggerish. Look how adorable it is. It just wants a hug. That's all he's doing. He's like, hug me. Look at him. I just want a hug. Oh, I love you. And then he just explodes. He was just going for a hug, guys. The Pigless, they're such misunderstood creatures. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at the score tab real quick. I haven't looked at this in quite some time. And surprisingly, GrimReaper has caught up in points. Garth taking a very heavy lead. Saturn's actually dropped behind a tiny bit. And Neil is dropping a little bit as well. This is so interesting. So it looks like Sir Smacksalot not really gaining a whole lot of advantage with the Kerrigan, which is surprising. You would think that the advantage would be clear, but I think that these Hydras are just... The reason why Grim is able to capitalize is because he invested so heavily into that Kerrigan that now the Hydralisks are just far more superior. I mean, look at this. 0 armor, 4 attack, 437 hit points. He hasn't upgraded them once in a long time. We go over to Grim's units, and look, 6 armor, 9 attack, and 500 hit points. Top right is basically feed, or top left. Now the Marangers are going to be able to deal some damage, but that's about it. Alright, so we are going to do a tiny pause so that everybody can situate their lag. And everyone's saying that Ronin on screen was lagging a tiny bit. So hopefully we can get that fixed, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the lag feels a lot better. So here we go. Sorry about that. This has turned from like a 3-minute break into, it's been like a 10-minute break. So I hope this has been favorable for you guys. I think the break was definitely needed. And now we can get back into the action as we have passed the hour mark, and these players are still going strong. Losing a DT there. Nice pickup from Saturn, even though he was surrounded. And now, see, he keeps going out with the army, and now the Observer is there. If anything, he needs to keep the Dark Templars back from now on. Only use Void and keep them back. Otherwise, he's just going to continue to lose them. And it looks like Garth putting a little bit of pressure on Grim. In fact, I think Grim had an opportunity to surround there and did not. Scans do go down. And everything is kind of lulled right now. Look at this. Garth sitting back at base. He's got a really nice supply built up. And I like that he's only moving out with a really small excursion. Like, this is... He's really not... It's a little tiny entourage just going here. This is what I like to see. The only thing is, though, is that he's not going to be able to get a really good surround with the units.
Here I come, ready or not.
Oh, he must have lost the Kerrigan. No way, I didn't see it. So having to revive that Kerrigan, that's going to set him back so much. And oh no, the lag is coming back in at full force. And nice concave coming out from top right. Top right is just on fire right now. A lot of scans going down trying to find those DTs. And look at this engagement. The concave is good for Garth, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it with these double Colossus. They're just tearing into the army. And he is going to recall. Garth's army is superior compared to top right's, and that's just because he has so much money. And look at this, Grim should be able to act. I think if he dropped, he would be able to clear out this army. Look at this, even one Hydra. One Hydra is standing up against this army. Can you guys see that? That is unreal. And that just lets you know that he hasn't been paying any attention to this army. Yes, the Kerrigan is very strong. Nice shockwave. And ooh, that was cool to see. But where's the dropship? I really feel like Grim could be doing something right here. No, in fact, his sights are on bottom right. And I think this is a mistake. He could be attacking top left. He's got a great concave, though. Look at this. This is the total concave area, and this was the total concave area between Saturn and Grim. So no matter what the upgrades really were for Saturn, Grim dealt more damage. And guys, that's what you have to do in Marine Arena. You always have to make sure you have a superior concave. And in fact, pretty much any StarCraft 2 game that you play, the more units you can have in a concave, the better. And I'm probably going to be saying concave 50 million more times, so if you guys get sick of it, I do apologize. But concave, 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 concave. Kanye? Did I say Kanye at some point? No, I'm pretty sure I said concave. But hey, Kanye, if you happen to be watching, thanks for tuning in to Rage TV. Glad to have you. And this is interesting. Okay, so he's getting attacked from both top right and bottom left. Oh no, he's going to go for the snipe of the gateway. And is he focusing it? He is! Is it gonna go down? Oh my gosh, yes, it goes down! And he does get it right at the last second. Unbelievable. And these BCs, you're late to the party. We don't even need you. Get out of here. Great play by Grim. And how's Grim doing, actually? He's catching up. He still has a long way to go. Garth is so strong. 18,000 points. Saturn in second overall at 16. And it looks like, oh wow, ThoRnadO, Ronin doing very well with 14 each. A little bit of back and forth. They're focusing the Kerrigan though. And they're gonna get surrounded. Getting that observer out of there. And ThoRnadO could push in. Does top left have any saves? Okay, there's no save. Oh my gosh, top left has no saves. If Grim continues to punish top left, and if ThoRnadO and Ronin continue to punish from top right, oh no, they could be eliminated. And he's going after the base. Nice snipe, good Yamato cannon. And guys, they could be in a lot of trouble. Top left, despite having the superior army, just might not have enough army. Oh no. it looks like Saturn's actually pushing out. And Warp Zealot's coming in, but is this enough? No. No, that's not going to be it. Looks like top right has the better concave. They're going to be able to do more damage. The Colossus doing a lot of damage. Heavy damage, in fact. And a lot of units are going down here. And look at this, even Grim dropping into the base. A save! Oh, he picks up some units at the last minute and even still gets the compound. Unbelievable. A lot of money, though, coming out from Mr. Neil. He's got 2,000. What is he saving up for? This is interesting. Now, I do remember that there was a Fester coming out from Saturn a long time ago, but not from Mr. Neil. So what is he doing? Is he going to buy more saves here? I'm really curious who's promoting that Spectre. Whose Spectre is that? There we go. That's what we were seeing. He was waiting to get that save.
Is for the enemy.
I'm sorry, not the save, to get the Spectre. And uh-oh, Grim could be overextending himself. Ooh, I think the lag might have saved him a little bit. And oh no, the mothership. You thought it was laggy now. Just wait till this mothership comes for you. And it looks like Ronin is going after Grim. Double voids, but he's doing a lot of damage. In fact, Grim has, I think, a superior concave here. And yeah, those units are just getting thrown away. There's got to be a scan, though. Where's the scan? There it is. Late scan. But it does finally go down. And so does the mothership. So the mothership was focused. A recall, leaving just a few units there. And oh no, losing that mothership. Bottom left should be very happy about that engagement. Oh yeah, GrimReaper. Pretty much matching Ronin here almost.
Research complete.
And Garth saying, wait a minute, this is the worst lag ever. And I tend to agree at this point. This lag is starting to get really bad. But it's really not slowing down Grim. He's still going for base snipes, and this is just so hilarious. I don't know how Grim does it, but when he's backed up into a corner, he just somehow pulls out all the stops. And this is really interesting, considering that Mafia had a very early dominant lead. They were very strong. They are still strong. I mean, don't count them out yet. But I almost feel like perhaps these Warp Zealots are just... maybe they're being a little bit inefficiently built. I think maybe a little bit more armor, a little bit more hit points would be better than just going pure damage. Simply because, for the most part, he's not getting the surrounds that he needs. And I think he's just losing too much. I mean, look at this. He's down to 600 supply. I mean, about 300 or 400 of that is going to be Marines. So, effectively, he's only got 300 supply. That's not good. And look at Mr... oh my gosh, Sir Smacks a lot. With the mothership himself, and he does not have Vortex researched. And I feel like that's a shame. I almost wish that the motherships came with Vortex. It seems like such a shame. They do that for Marine Arena US, so if you're a Marine Arena US player, you might already be familiar with fact. But it does not happen here. You have to research it. And tons of lag. Oh my gosh, this is little pictures right here. Lots of scans going down. And all you hear is slice, dice, what's going on? And oh no, I think the Spectre just died. Was that the Spectre? Oh, the Spectre died to lag. And the Kerrigan is still alive. Oh, that Spectre. Nice drop, though, coming up from Saturn. He does pick off the supply. The production. Why do I keep calling it supply? The production. And wow, well, it's not so bad lag now. It's actually really good. And yeah, the lag is surprisingly bad.
Back in action.
And I don't know which player happens to be lagging, but I can almost guarantee if you're watching my stream while you're playing, which in some cases, I mean, it could happen, not saying that any of these players are, it's going to lag up the stream. And we don't have any observers, I don't believe. Nope, I'm the only observer. So just a fair warning, guys, I really doubt that that's what's going on. I don't want to start any wars about, oh my god, someone's cheating. No accusations. I'm just saying, if you happen to be watching, turn it off. It's going to be better for you. It's going to be better for everyone. And I'm pretty these players are very respectful. I've found that the Europeans are very, very respectful. As far as, like, if you're playing and you say that there's a rule, for the most part, they follow it. It's really nice. It's been a real pleasure working with Europeans, actually. US, you could learn something. Not saying anything, but I've definitely found that you know, the relations, it's nice. You know, when you're going from US to EU, you can notice a difference. Very polite, and I like it. It's just nice working with Europeans. Thank you so much for being cool. Very nice. And I will keep trying to be cool for you. And keep streaming this epic game. Oh my gosh, we should call this Lag Arena, though. This is so laggy, and oh man, I really feel like Mr. Neil. Dr. Neil? Maybe I'll call him Dr. Neil, I don't know. Should have probably went for the Colossus. It was out in the open, and he's gonna lose all of his units. No. Oh. It's so painful to see. Lag or not, you just don't run into an army like that. That's painful. Oh, he must be devastated. Trying to drop top left. I think he was focusing the barracks, but no, he stopped. He's instead focusing the army. There's no scan, so he's actually picking off a lot of units here. And he does lift off. Looks like an observer now is in a good position. And did that thing just blink? Oh my gosh. Oh, it has a deep tunnel ability. Wow, picking off a BC. Nice surround, though. Oh my gosh. Is he gonna get it? Oh, he picks it off. 1,000 points goes to Grim. And that was incredible. Nice surround. Ooh, good trade indeed. Oh, that was brilliant. Nice bait by Akira. I don't even know if that was intentional. I have no idea who they're talking about, but they're just like, hey guys, get planetary. They're going to start dropping soon. I have no idea who they're talking about. Could it be top right? I don't know. But I like that they're all just kind of like chatting with each other like, hey, fair warning. Nice concave from Saturn. Look at that. Now, the Colossus are doing a lot of damage, though. And here's what I wonder. Guys, let me know in the chat channel. Do you feel like he should have upgraded to a Chibi by now? I really... Oh my gosh. Did that Colossus... That was like 15 HP. That was close. That was super duper close. I almost feel like a Chibi would be very nice. Now, it does reduce 2 range, and, you know, that could not be nice at all. But I like seeing Chibi, and I really think that faster Colossuses could be good at this point, especially with the warps. But, I mean, really, they're doing a great job making sure that they move out with the army, and the warps are just not getting a good surround. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I would just want to see a Chibi anyways. And there we go, the drop! He's focusing it, down it goes. Nice pickup from Grim. In fact, oh my gosh, Ronin coming in. He could take out the Roach Warren. Down goes the production. And wow, these Rainers are just going to town on Garth. I almost think that was like a really late reaction. The unit's just pretty much sitting there, just taking it. And there we go, another production coming out from Garth. This has got to be hurting Garth. His points have got to be going down. I mean, if you really think about that, he's really only at 20,000 because he's had to pay for so many productions. I mean, his Merc spawn, he's had to have revived it, what? At least 6 times, guys? That's a ton. That's so much. And look at that, the Lash coming out from the Spectre, very nice. Ooh, but the Void Prism going down. Scan. Not going to be able to do it. Great concave from Saturn. Despite having the high ground, they're going to have to back out. They really need to back out. There we go. Nice warp in on Grim. Finally using those units. And ooh, ready or not. Okay, here you come indeed, Kerrigan. Let's check it out. And how strong is this Kerrigan? Okay, so it does the Psy Blast. It's 240 damage. That's really not that much, though, if you think about it. Some of these units are even higher than that. Look at that, 662 hit points. Are you kidding me? That thing's going to have to attack at least 4 times if you take into account armor. And I like this Colossus on the high ground. Very nice. Where are the piggies? There needs to be piggies. Spawn the little piggies. Nope, no spawns today. I don't even know if there needs to be piggies. I just want to see them, guys. Okay, so we saw a biostasis go down. What does it do? I mean, I imagine it's a hold, similar to fungal. Affects units out of combat and places them in biostasis. So do they just stop attacking? I mean, what? Or do they disappear and then reappear? I don't understand. Guys, if you happen to know how this spell works, please let me know in the Twitch channel. Because I have no idea how that works. And some more lag coming out. Ooh, I think Saturn will be okay here. In fact, taking out one DT, two DTs. And the rest of this army is going to follow. Saturn with a really good concave. Even picking off a Colossus. Great engagement from bottom right. But bottom right even has his own troubles because the production has been taken out once again by Grim. They're literally holding on to this game just by sniping production. That is hilarious. Mr. Neil is in so much trouble because he has no warps. And he's invested in entirely to his warps. That is hilarious. And what? Okay, the invisible bug is going to happen soon if these units don't go out. Because that's a lot of units. That's why it's laggy right there, guys. That's a lot of units. Look at that. That is so many units. Get those units out on the field. And I really hope the invisible bug does not happen this round. It's been so close. Ooh, nice shockwave. And that's what I want to see. Very nice. Able to save the Roach Warren. And seriously, though, Akira, this is too much supply. He's at a full supply. Oh, he really needs to get his units out there. That's exactly why it's lagging. Double Yamato, triple! No, yes, it was a triple! And down it goes. Nice save of the units here by Grim. Could see a what do you call it? Deep tunnel. Nope. And how is this observer still surviving? I can't believe that. How is it still there? Looks like some back and forth going on from top right. Okay, there's no saves at all for top right. In fact, top right could be in a lot of trouble. He's losing a lot of supply. He's only down to 126. How much does Ronin have? He's at 129 to 132. Oh no. Saturn doesn't have enough though, and neither does Mr. Neil. Just now getting the supply back, and you know what? It's gonna be sniped here once again. This is hilarious. Oh, a lash though! And ooh, it connected, but it didn't kill it. Wow, how did that lash not kill it? The lash must be a little underpowered. No, it does 5 times damage to heroic. Maybe he just needs to upgrade his attack. Because I really feel like that should have killed it. Wait a minute. 240 times 5. That should have killed it. I mean, well, unless the medevac had like a whole lot of armor. Which I guess... I can't see. No. No! Select. Oh my god! There we go, selecting the medevac. I can't even see how much armor it has. Okay, well that's not gonna work. And this lag is just horrid because there's so many units for Akira. And I really, really hope the invisible bug does not happen. Oh, if it does, that's gonna be so bad. In case you guys are wondering what the invisible bug is, that's really cute that he can spawn the creep like that. Oh, that's... How is it even doing that? That's pretty neat. Maybe it just does that automatically. What a trip. The invisible bug is just something that randomly happens. We don't even know why. Supposedly it has something to do with like the stalker animation. There's a bug in it. It's just encoded in the map. From what I've heard through the grapevine. And oh my god, the lag. What is this? Lag. Oh my gosh. Frame. There we go. Finally it's done. Oh my gosh. That was so much lag. And there's so many units. Like, really, if you look at this, there's a lot. This is the worst. It's like 1 frame per second. It pretty much is. And here we go. Is he focusing the production? It's going down. Oh, there it goes. It's picked off. And Grim might want to back out here. There's just so many units. Okay. Okay. I might need to pause it here. Alright, guys. There we go. Game back on. And hopefully bottom left will ditch some of their supply. There's so much supply there.
Is for the enemy.
And there we go. We do see a lot of stims. Hopefully they're attacking the units. Because if this continues, we could see an invisible bug. Sometimes it happens just from lag itself. And I don't know if that's if it's a trigger thing, if there's too much lag, if it just does it. I have no idea. But, oof, this lag. Oh man, this is terrible. And don't worry about you guys as the viewers. It's not you. It has nothing to do with you. There could be a million people watching Twitch.tv, and it's not even going to affect you at all. Or these gamers. Not at all. So don't worry about that, guys. It's just simply that there's just so many units here out on the field. And there's tons of people with different graphics, different things that are going through. There's a lot of information going around, guys. And with so many units, it's the same thing happens in, what's it called? Desert? I think it's called Desert Strike. Down goes a turret. There's a lot of back and forth going on from the top side. And finally, these units are starting to decrease, and the game is getting faster. There we go. Much, much better. It's still a little laggy here and there, but that's just because there's so many battles going on. I mean, look at this. There's attacks going on at the top Salvageable tower. There's attacks going on from the bottom, and oh no, the production could be sniped. Wow, that production went down so quick. And now, while this is good that Akira did drop some of the supply, it's also bad in that now just a small amount of army can pretty much run in and pick off the supply. So, I mean, Akira, I definitely believe you should have dropped a little bit of supply, but maybe not that much. Let's take a look at the points tab real quick, guys, so you can get a footing on what's going on. Garth is still going crazy with 29,814. Second place is going to be oToSaturn with 25,653. And third, surprisingly, is ThoRnadO, 23,626. Grim is in fourth. And everybody else is just, I don't know, just dropping off a little bit. Ronin holding strong. But everyone else is really, really low. I really feel like bottom right has just pretty much been completely snuffed out. And the reason why is because the production just continues to be pummeled. Like every other minute, the production is going down. And you're seeing it time and time again, and really the warp lots are only effective if you can get them in mass. And in order to stay relevant, Mr. Neil will go out and try to do some damage, but then lose the entire supply. And then when the production is gone, he has to wait for so long. As you can see, he's going to move out with the warp zealots. He's going to lose them. I'm calling it right now. He's going to lose them. Guys, just watch. Here they go. Oh no, but wait. Could get the barracks. It was left alone. And GG. Down it goes. But losing all those units. If he lost the compound right now, he would have, like, what? 8? 10? How many is this? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 zealots right there. That's pretty much all he would have. And here it goes. It could be totally sniped right now. In fact, he's going to lose the zealots here. And a little bit of a Ronin. He totally Ronin'd it right there. He just ran his entire army in without hurting anything. But luckily, the productions are so weak that the rest of the Zerglings could be picked off. That's what we would call a half Ronin, because he left about half of his supply there and just threw away about the other half. Oh my god. So at least you're familiar now with that. If you're going half Ronin, you're pretty much throwing away half of the supply. Like, see, he's still half Ronin. He's totally half Ronin it. But he is picking off the gateways, so that's really nice. There we go. And bottom right is getting pummeled. In fact, I would even say, you know what? You're going to hear this first. First time in forever. He needs to go full Ronin. And what that is he just needs to run in with his entire units right now, because I feel like he could take off bottom right. There is still one save left. Oh no! No, he dropped! No, he dropped! And the save is going to be able to pick it up. No!
Here is for the enemy.
And who was that? Who dropped? I have no idea who dropped. Meanwhile, there is some back and forth going on between Garth and Grim, but Grim is going to be able to hold, no problem. And there he goes. He's still going half. And he's going to be able to at least pick off this gateway, but I swear, if he uses one more save, it's over for bottom right. They're not going to be able to hold. And there he goes. He's going in, and nope, he's not half running it this time. He's actually going after the supply, and that's great. Oh, no. Okay, so he did distract the army a little bit, just enough to get the production, which is fine. But with one save left, I feel like this army is going to get saved. No, actually, he's rebuilding. He's rebuilding. Oh, no, he might not be able to save in time. Oh, okay.
Back in action.
Okay, that was close. So he wouldn't have been able to save at that moment. But, wow, okay. Whew. Okay, guys, we're still in this. Nice scan. DT does go down. Good concave, though, by ThoRnadO. He's going to be able to pick off these units. And here we are at the hour and 40-minute mark. How are these teams doing? Let's take a look at the points. So, you know, Ronin and ThoRnadO have been hitting heavy on bottom right. And as you can see, they're starting to rise in points. oToSaturn is holding on, but really it's by a thread. And Garth is holding on too, where, you know, SMAKKING is just having so much trouble. I mean, he's just as low as Mr. Neil as well. So I really feel like top left and bottom right, despite having the highest, you know, point players in the game, they're in a lot of trouble. And it looks like the Marines weren't stimmed. They focused the barracks. I really think he probably should have just focused these 2 or 3 Marauders right there. And he would have been able to get the production. And, oh my gosh, there's one save left. But Saturn is holding on to it desperately. He doesn't want to lose it. He doesn't even have enough to buy another one, and I feel like Neil does. He might even be saving up so that he can buy one, but does he even have a unit? He's got like 2 Marines. He's got to move out right now if he wants to buy a save. Nope. In fact, he's rebuilding that supply, and I really think at this moment he shouldn't. And here's why, guys. Yes, he does have a heavy investment on that, but he keeps losing the supply. I really feel like he should just back off for now, and these units need to stay as close to the base as possible, possibly get off a save, and then rebuild the production, because this is just... I mean, it's over and over and over again that he keeps losing it, and this is an interesting tech switch. Okay, so he's invested heavily in Hydras. Now he's going straight into Destroyers, but there's no upgrades. This is bad for SMAKKING. These units are feed. No matter what he switches to, the units are feed. And that was so bad. Oh no. Top left is now just even more in a world of hurt. Those destroyers are not going to do anything. We'll see, though. I mean, anything could happen, guys. I'm even surprised that bottom right is still able to hold on and still able to survive. This is incredible. A lot of scans going down. It's still laggy, though, because look at all the units. My god, there's so many units. I swear, I really hope this invisible bug doesn't kick in. And all 4 players surprisingly able to hold out for an hour and 43 minutes. That's rare. Lag City, Beach Lag City. It's very true. It's really laggy, but really, I mean, guys, it's kind of your fault. You're not going out with your units. Everybody's just staying very cautious. Nice concave from ThoRnadO! And he's going to pick off all of Garth's units right here. Oh my gosh. And there we go. The Crackling's trying to get around. They do get the surround in the middle. In fact, no, they actually break off. Oh no, he could be overextending the Kerrigan! Oh, down it goes, and it must have just been lag. Because he totally just walked that unit right in. And top left is now in so much trouble. Do they even have any saves? No, they don't. Top left doesn't have any saves. But look at this. It looks like Saturn actually came out with a lot of units. And, okay, seriously, it's bottom left. There's too many units bottom left. Nice snipe at the compound bottom. And really, there's just too many units bottom left. Which is great. I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to keep some units at the base, because right now, this base is pretty much untouchable. Which is great. I mean, that's exactly what you gotta do. It's just, it's causing lag. And there we go. Now he's moving out with a good, sizable amount of units. And if you can keep getting those in the fight and just sacrifice some of them and keep a good rotation, it's gonna help a lot with the lag.
Fear is for the enemy.
Alright, the lag continues. It looks like Garth is trying to push out. There's even some base defenses coming out with the Spine Crawler to do a little bit of damage to deal with Garth. Excellent concave. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. It looks like he actually did recall. Looking at his supply, though, it's going down. Yeah, that was like, I mean, I wouldn't say 300, but that was pretty good. It was like 270 at least. Very nice. He had a very good surround right there. And really, I mean, everybody just has a lot of mass. And it makes total sense. I mean, everyone's scared, and I get that. Colossus could go down. No. Oh my gosh. You can't even see anything. It just goes, Everything's just dying in frames. And Grim has, I mean, he's got a huge supply. So did Saturn, but that's been whittled away. Oh, it looks like Garth trying to come in to deal some damage while everybody's just focusing bottom right. The supply was picked off. He still has one save, though, guys. Guys, I just want to tell you, real quick, that there is one save left for bottom right. Is he going to use it? How is he going to use it? And is it going to be enough? Guys, I just don't know. Oh my gosh! He's got to use it at some point! Because he's losing so much army, and there's some big cooldowns going... Oh, there's got to be a save. There it is. There's that save, and now top right. If he went full on right now, he could totally kill off bottom right. There's no more saves. There's more drops. That's not going to be enough, though. Just wasting. Oh my god, Ronin. Ronin, are you kidding me? Like, what? What? Why? What? Why? No. No. Oh my god. Guys, don't do call-downs unless you have units with you. Let's just agree on that. I don't even care if you guys want to disagree. We're not agreeing to disagree. You are listening to Ragey Poo. Like, right now, this is when you would call down. When there's units to back them up. He basically just fed them. It was like 700 minerals. It was like 750 from Ronin. 300 or 450 from ThoRnadO. Yeah, it looks like they might be able to finish here. But... I mean... it's just so sad. And it looks like there's still one left. Oh my gosh. Okay, final call down. And there we go. Team 4 has been eliminated. Your first team to go is Mafia. Oh, man. Really good game. Neil, I feel like, you got the short end of the stick. Because Grim so loves to base snipe like that. And Saturn, you really played your heart out, buddy. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. Combined army total, it looks like... Yeah, it's 49,000... Nope, 50,000. Compared to 56. 57, actually. So 7,000 more was Ronin and ThoRnadO. They just weren't able to hold. That 7,000 means all the difference, guys. First team down, and really it's not that much better. It's still so... I mean, my gosh. We're gonna call this frame wars, because really we're going at like 1 frame per second. It's so bad. Alright guys, you're not missing much. It's mostly just next frame, I don't know, 5 or 6 gone. Next frame, 10 or 12. There we go, now it's starting to catch up. Okay, now we can get back to the action. Alright, looks like there could be triple Yamato. Boom! Down it goes. And top left now being focused, and really that's pretty much how it's going to work. Top left is going to be pummeled. And it's going to be down to pretty much bottom left and top right. Loading up even more supply.
Back in action.
Here we go. Now we finally see the High Templar that Grim so loves to use. And really, this whole army is totally being baited right now. He doesn't have enough, though, for Storm. And really, top left is going to be eliminated. There's really no doubt about it. He's going to get whittled down more and more, and really SMAKKING is just kind of feeding at this point. And I'm going to... Oh, man. That's terrible concave. Oh. Just keep feeding, guys. Ugh, look at that. He's just walking in. This is a beautiful concave for ThoRnadO, but this is terrible. Terrible for SMAKKING. He's just feeding his units one by one. And look at that. Effectively, half the army is gone. Nice storm coming down on Garth. Top left is in so much trouble. And really, Ronin just has to bring in the rest of his army. And really, both of these teams could just eliminate top left at this point. And once he goes down, it's pretty much going to be army versus army, Grim and Akira versus Ronin and ThoRnadO. And, I mean, to be honest, top right is scary. Look at those points. 32,233. With Ronin at 27,165, Grim is a little bit ahead of Ronin, but Akira is so far down. This is insane. with 14,604. Yes, he has BCs, and that's going to be great for base snipes. I mean, but really, if it comes to unit supply versus unit supply, I almost feel like top right is going to be able to just overwhelm bottom left. And this is going to be interesting, folks. Especially with Akira just... oh my gosh. Did Akira recall? I hope that was a recall. I think it was. You never throw an army in between two armies like that. Never, ever, ever. And those Colossus going to town, the High Templar going to town. Big drops. Lots of scans going down, trying to see the high ground. Big storm. Force field. And the Yamato. One Yamato. Two Yamato. Down it goes. Nice force field. And top right is pushing it hard. Down goes the production. Good concave though by Garth and SMAKKING. Is it going to be enough though? I think his units are just too strong. Especially with these Colossus. And down they go. Top left is in a lot of trouble right now, guys. And really, bottom left needs to capitalize on this. He needs to push out with his units.
Back in action.
Okay, so the GG was called bottom left. You have to make something happen. And no, he's not even going to touch it. And this is just more money for top right. And what does he have up his sleeve? Is he buying possibly even some more saviors? Nope, no saves. There's only one save for bottom left. Top right has two. I almost feel like top right is going to win this, guys. Looking at the points tab, 29,000 for Grim, 15 for Akira, 28,000 for Ronin, and ThoRnadO. Whew. 34,000, almost 35.
Your warriors have engaged.
We have reached the 2-hour mark, and two teams have been eliminated. A little bit of a late call from me, but that's okay. I'm sure they knew. And if not, they know now. Nice surround coming out from Grim, actually. Very nice. And now, okay. In this situation, I don't even know what could be done. Because right now the Storms are going to be very effective against the Marines, and he's invested heavily on Marines. Nice Storm, but no, he could lose it. Nice save. The Storms are going to be very nice. In fact, the call down, one BC goes down. There's a lot of units coming in, though, to protect. And let's just look. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see. What does Grim have as far as attack for his Marines? He's got 33 damage, 5 armor, 220 hit points. And then now he recalled for Ronin. 7 armor, 30 damage, but only 155 hit points. So while he does a little bit less damage, but he has more armor, he has a lot less hit points, and I almost feel like toe-to-toe the Marines for Grim are going to do well. But keep in mind that also Ronin has the range. And range can be very, very effective. I almost feel... I feel like maybe Akira needs to go a melee unit. No. Staying with the Marauders. That's the wise thing to do. Lots of splash damage. It's already at 10 attack. 60 damage to those links. It's going to be really nice. So what is he going to do here? I don't know, but Ronin does have a drop ship. He does drop some cracklings. And Garth saying, you know what, in hindsight, I probably could have used a pylon. And you know what, that could be very true. And nice drop, oh no! Akira gonna lose the BCs. Nice recall though, saves both of them. How much armor? There we go, 8 armor. Nice, I like seeing the armor come out. And this is insane. How is bottom left going to do this? 30,000. Ronin is staying right on top, though. Akira still stuck at 15. And guys, I just don't know how this is going to happen. It's going to be down to the storms. It's going to be down to the heroes. Nice storms, actually. And oh my gosh, he could storm all of this. Oh, nice storm. But is it enough to do the damage, though? Oh, I just don't know. It was enough to gain a little bit of energy. Nice storms going down on the call down. But he's got to lift up. Oh, this Colossus! Oh, the Colossus able to kill it. He wasn't able to put it in the Medivac in time. Yamato cannon on the Colossus, but I don't think it even did like any damage. No, it did hurt. It hurt one of them. And Ronin coming full on. He's going to attack straight head on into the army. A lot of call downs. They're trying to get the BCs. One BC goes down, two BC goes down, and the rest of the army goes down for Grim. They might get overwhelmed here. Oh, no, he's going to lose those Lings. But now that those Lings are gone, are the Rainers going to be able to deal damage? And yes, they do. They dealt quite a bit. But the rest of the army now is gone. Keep in mind, guys, he has got 712 hit point Hydralisk with 9 armor. Don't count him out quite yet, but really, I feel like top right just... They're so high on money that if they camped on the top high ground with the Colossus and just kind of did the exact same thing that they did, even with Vortex. If he has Vortex, okay, here's what he could do. We could save up for Vortex, and he could Vortex the ramp. And that would be very powerful. Big drop-off. He does pick off a Colossus. Wait, does he? Oh, one goes down. Two goes down. Very nice play. I thought he got the Colossus early on, but I guess he didn't. Nice concave, though, coming out from Grim, but he was a little late on attacking. There we go. He is finishing up the rest of the units here. And wow, surprising hold coming out from bottom left. And let's look at the supply, 711. How's top right doing? Okay, top right is at 400 supply. Ronin is at 373. I can't believe that bottom left was able to hold that. Great play. Great micro, and really that's just what it's coming down to. And that High Templar is getting dangerously strong. He keeps upgrading the damage. It's at 34 damage per half second, so it does 68 damage every second. And that's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. For 4 seconds, I mean, that's what, 200 and, I don't know, there's like 300 or so. 300 damage. That's going to be able to kill any Marine that comes out. Any Gem Rainer, any Marine. It's not enough to kill the Raiders, though, and it's not quite enough to kill the Cracklings, as you saw earlier. It barely just did enough damage. It got them really, really low, but not quite enough. So if he continues to upgrade the High Templar, I don't know. I think he could do it, especially, ooh, if he did a storm right here. And I think that's what he's gearing up for. Where's that High Templar? Does he even have it? Where is it? Oh, it's way back here. What is it doing way back here? And you know what? Let me just make sure that everyone left. Okay, Garth is still in it. There he goes. He's gonna fuse. He's waiting for it. Wait, does he have enough? No, he only has 1 energy. I think he's going to buy the second one. How much money does he have? He's like, oh, no, he doesn't have enough money either. But he does have the units ready. 10 minutes have passed. Now he has enough. He just needs to get the gas. And there he goes. The fusion has happened. Archon coming out, ladies and gentlemen. And this could be a game changer. It's really going to come down to how well the Archon does. And the storms are going to be massively strong. Same with these Marines. Unbelievable. 20 attack, 10 armor, 205. Oh my gosh. And yeah, he might have, 700 hit point Hydras, but those are some seriously strong Marines. I almost feel like he's not upgrading weapon speed. Is that standard to have 0.56 weapon speed? That seems very slow. For a Marine, anyways. It looks like triple BC. Oh, but he could be out of position. Scan goes down, but oh, he just barely escaped. And guys, this is momentous because we are at 140 viewers. That's incredible. I'm really excited that we have this many viewers here watching this epic game. It's at 2 hours and 11 minutes, just hit the 2 hour and 12 mark. And look at this, Ronin actually going into the bottom left-hand side base, but he's not going to be able to get through. And a nice recall coming out from Grim. He knew that he was overextending himself a little bit too much, and really he's just trying to buy time waiting for this Archon to come out. And I think they're going to try to go all in. This could be it, guys. They have to get the good concave. Grim, you have to get back. Oh no, I don't feel like the Spine Crawler is doing enough damage. Yamato! He does pick off a Colossus, but he did lose 1 BC in that engagement. And no, Grim is losing too many units. I feel like he needs to back out so that they can get a better concave. And there we go, a couple of units popping up from Grim. There we go, that's a decent concave. Okay, that's better, but he still needs to get back. There we go. And maybe Akira needs to join in a little bit on the fun, because I think that Grim is going to lose. He doesn't have the Archon out yet. And this is desperation mode. They're afraid of drops. Finally recalling out, so they weren't able to finish. Oh my gosh. Bottom left is still in this, guys. It's close, though. It's so close. Top right is so strong. And those BCs, I almost feel like they're kind of feed at this point. Getting another BC. This could be dangerous, though. Ronin stems. He's coming in, that BC. Oh! Oh! Defend it! No! A little bit of miss micro coming out from Grim. He came at the last second to help. But you know what, guys? The Archon is out. And that is one beastly Archon. Look at that, 8,000 shields, 8,000 hit points. Look at all the hotkeys he has for it, too. Really interesting use of the hotkeys. 5, 6, 7, 9, and then another. He's got 2 hotkeys for his base. Very interesting. Oh, he had a nice double force field, and he was able to storm those lings. But he might be out of position here. No, actually, he takes the high ground, doing a lot of damage. But he's taking a lot of damage. Whoa! That's a bad drop. He's not going to be alerted anything with that. Now, the Archon can attack if it needs to, and it does 630 damage per hit. So, the Archon is very, very strong. It can storm, it can force field, and it can attack. BC overextending himself. Oh my gosh. Nice storm. Oh, but he could lose it. Oh. He's got to be so careful. Oh my god, I'm on edge right now. I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. You guys should be too. If that Archon goes down, this is big, big trouble. And Akira's saying that there's still lag going on. In fact, Grim. Where are you going, buddy? Grim? Grim. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I just don't freak out, Ragey. Seriously, oh my god, you guys at home must be freaking out too, because this is nuts. If this Archon goes down, if the lag kills it, oh no. What is he buying? Did he just buy some damage upgrade? 46 damage. No! Oh! Okay, he's not going to be able to get hurt here. Alright, he's okay. Oh, I don't even want to see this Archon without any shields. This is so risky! Okay, there he does. He heals it up. Nice storm! I feel like a storm right here might be really good too, right here. Good control, though, by ThoRnadO. Nice storm again. Could even see one more storm. He's got enough for it. There he goes. He might as well just spam it. He's got plenty of energy. And I think he's trying to be as calculated as he can. Yeah, he's making sure he doesn't waste it. He's also checking at home, too, I feel. In fact, let's go to the player cam real quick and see exactly what he's looking at. So it looks like, yep, he's getting an upgrade. Let's just go from Grim's point of view just for a moment. Because really, everything is just kind of riding on Grim being able to do this. If Grim dies, Akira won't be able to survive. This is pretty much Grim versus the world right now. And we've seen him versus the world, and the world needs to be very, very careful with Grim around. So you guys are seeing exactly what Grim is seeing right now. And a Spectre! Oh my gosh! Spectre coming out from top right. Now this is actually going to be very beneficial, I feel, for bottom left, because now the upgrades are... It's going to take some time before the Spectre's out, and the upgrades are going to be superior for bottom left. Because they're investing a lot of money into the Spectre. But if the Spectre can get the kills needed on the Archon, that's where it's really going to shine. And top right with their army, they don't even need to have the upgrades anymore. The army will be able to overwhelm. And this must be really interesting for the Archon here. I wonder what Grim is planning on doing. And really what I feel like is okay. I feel like a medevac would be great, not just for the drops, but also when the lash happens. He can, if he sees the lash happening, he can lift off from the medevac and it'll cancel the lash. So having the medevac is actually very beneficial. In fact, I almost feel like they should share control, so that way one person controls the medevac, the other person controls the Archon. And then, if need be, you know, just one player keeps an eye out as soon as that lash happens, or even just one player strictly vision. Maybe one player gets a couple of overseers, that way, or not overseers, observers, that way they can see exactly what's going on. And then as soon as that lash starts happening, that player just lifts off. Nice storm. Oh, nice storm. He pretty much ran right in the middle of that. And he could storm the ramp. Oh my gosh, I just got a fatal error.